when you accidentally knock down your sparring partner. Sparring can be one of the most fun parts of training and/or getting ready to compete. Though it's supposed to be beneficial, sparring can be rather dangerous because it's about as close to a fight as one could get without actually being in a fight. In this video, we'll take a look at some instances in sparring where the shots landed just a bit too clean or things get a bit too intense. Here is when sparring partners accidentally get knocked down.
There you go, right back. Basket. Oh, wow.
Young boxer gets humbled by older coach. We'll start things off with a classic case of a young and overly eager fighter thinking that their youth can surpass skill. The coach is seen in the blue shirt while the young challenger is sporting some headgear. The coach immediately takes the center of the ring and is pushing an aggressive pace. Though it was the younger fighter that issued the challenge, it's obvious that the coach is the more confident competitor while inside the ring. While circling the perimeter, or the squared circle, the coach lands a body shot that probably left the challenger's ribs looking more dented than my front bumper after a mailbox jumped in my way. Honest, it happened. The challenger then throws technique out the window, and he just ducks and charges forward, so he doesn't have to eat another one of those punches that could have split Pangea. The shots continue to come in, however. After pressing the trainer against the ropes, the challenger tries to get revenge for the body shots he's been absorbing. He gets a few in, but then the coach gives it right back, and the difference between their shots is night and day. The coach is clearly more striking savvy, who would have guessed? Although the efforts were there, the young fighter proved to be a bit more eager than he was successful, and hey, no foul in that. This was a great learning experience that hopefully humbled him, made him better, and gave him motivation to train harder. Mike Tyson nearly decapitates his training partner. Don't drop a like on this video if you think you can take Mike Tyson in a fight. That's my way of getting a lot of thumbs up on the video. But really, it helps the channel out a lot, and we appreciate it. You know what else we appreciate? The fact that there are people out there willing to hold pads for Mike Tyson, let alone go out there and box him. In this training footage, we see Mike turning the clock back and training harder than most young athletes. Leave it to Tyson to be the first to defeat Father Time. He also almost defeated his training partner. Iron Mike may have been a bit too much into the zone. He threw a series of lead hooks that had the trainer backpedaling and moving his head like his life depended on it because, well, his life depended on it. An accidental strike on the coach. The only downside to hitting pads is that oftentimes it leads to focusing solely on offense and not thinking of defense because there's nothing coming back your way. However, this coach has a way to keep his fighters defensively tight. He'll throw shots every once in a while, and if he lands, his fighter has to do push-ups. It's seen early in this video when his fighter throws a kick but doesn't properly defend the one that was returned to her. So, push-ups. She then only partially blocks a head kick, so you know, more push-ups. Not only that, but the coach keeps kicking his student's hands out from under her. Call it an accident, call it covert payback. But in the next bit of pad work, we see she throws a spinning back fist that lands pretty flush. As someone who has only done a total of 10 push-ups this year, I applaud this girl for that landed strike. What do you think? Accident, or was this some payback? Sometimes sparring isn't just sparring. I hope you're all ready for some high-level boxing and a rather hardcore knockout. Pause the video and make your predictions on who you think is going to win, between the bigger guy with his hands down or the shorter, tighter boxer. The shirtless guy has a bit of swagger to him. Perhaps he's watched a bit too much Floyd Mayweather as of late and thinks he can shoulder roll his way through some intense sparring, all with a rather lazy-looking Philly shell. Both fighters have poise, but it's the shorter of the two that has an advantage in the power department. Despite an active lead hand from our shirtless boxer here, he's rarely finding the mark. The shorter guy's hips are moving like a high-speed oscillating fan. It's similar to that peekaboo style that Tyson made a career of. However, when incorporating that Philly shell and shoulder roll defense, It's of the utmost importance to keep that low-armed shoulder glued to the chin. The tall fighter let his chin hang for just a second, but he was clipped for this error and put down rather violently, left looking like The Undertaker, except he's not sitting up as soon. Do you think this sparring session was a bit too heated? Or do you think the taller guy made a mistake and was caught for it and the intensity level was fair? Drop a comment down below. Sean Strickland doing Sean Strickland stuff. For those of you that are familiar with Sean Strickland and his sparring style, this video should come as no surprise. For those of you that aren't in the know about this guy, we recommend you grab some popcorn and look into him. He's an interesting cat, to say the least. It's not hard to tell that Strickland likes those intense sparring sessions. He'd fight for the UFC every day if they'd let him. But that's not how the company rolls, so he utilizes the gym instead. Anyway, to the sparring. Strickland only has one mode, and that's go. Sean seems to stun his sparring partner with a lead hook early in the video. He then flurries his opponent with some persistent boxing and kicks sprinkled in. Then, an unfortunate part of sparring happened. A head kick landed and the training partner was knocked out immediately. He slowly fell to the ground and people rushed in right away to check on him. What do you all think? Should Sean Strickland chill out a bit? Or are sparring sessions like this the reason he's so good at fighting? When being cocky doesn't make you look super cool. So there's a big difference between dropping your hands and not getting hit and dropping your hands and getting slept. This video is a bit controversial after some deeper digging. Apparently the boxer in white came into this gym saying he was very new as a prank. The coach then agreed to spar and realized this guy was a good boxer. Rather than acknowledging the skill of the guy in white, he let his ego take the wheel, which is rarely ever a good thing. The man in black dropped his hands and essentially challenged the other dude to hit him, so he did. A lot. The last lead hook forced the trainer into a nap. If the guy in white really did enter this saying that he was new as a prank, is this a bad look on him? Or should the coach have followed the basic rules of boxing and not let himself get hit like that? Maybe both. Let us know. Gym bully gets humbled. Take your pick on who the gym bully is here. The man in the black shirt, or the guy wearing a backward hat to a spar. This should be an easy one to get right. Apparently the guy in the salmon shirt and the hat is a gym bully, which is a bit baffling because his boxing skills are, to put it lightly, absolutely terrible and utter garbage. Did I say lightly? I meant bluntly, which is synonymous with truthfulness here. Seriously, just look at this combination. He looks like my kitten trying to attack a fly, but with a third of the coordination. The other guy is just playing with him, but he does score some knockdowns early on. Is he trying to knock him down, or is the gym bully just really good at getting punched in the face? Though the latter is obvious, we'll say both, because the actual boxer is showing some great skill and is doing an awesome service humbling a bully. The boxer even seems confused by how little success the bully has with his hands. Like, he really thought a shot like that would hit a boxer like him? Not a chance. The bully has no attacks, other than running forward and flailing his hands like he's going through an intense spider web. Had this taken place in a boxing ring, where he didn't have so much freedom to run around, this probably would have been over rather quickly. Additionally, we're not sure the boxer wanted to hurt the bully, but rather bring him down to earth a bit. We're certain that the gym had one less bully after this spar, though. Charlie Zelenoff takes on Floyd Mayweather Sr. Ah yes, Charlie Zelenoff, the Sean Strickland of delusional street fighters. He claims to be an undefeated boxer, but has only ever had success boxing unsuspecting gym-goers after asking them for a light spar. However, Floyd Mayweather Sr. isn't pulling up to the gym to lift a dumbbell a few times. He can fight, So when he and Zelenoff somehow ended up in the ring together, it was about as one-sided as a spar could be. Despite his age, Mayweather Sr. still has that finesse in his striking.
Still got it.
Mayweather went Bernard Hopkins mode and Philly shelled up, sort of inviting Charlie to try and hit him. Charlie then began getting teed off on. He realized that he not only can't hit the older boxer, but he's getting hit quite a lot himself. So, in typical Charlie fashion, he tried to quit mid-spar. Charlie continued to show how good he was at not landing punches. Frustration set in, and Charlie abandoned ship. However, Floyd turned his back and was sucker punched by Zelenoff. Chaos ensued, and we're not quite sure how Charles left the gym in one piece. I can sit here and critique sparring etiquette all day, and I might, but that doesn't change the fact that playing punch face will sometimes result in someone getting knocked out. Seen here is Jon Jones, arguably the best fighter to live, getting ready for a fight. His poor sparring partner was sent in there to help, but he, along with many others, just couldn't hold a flame to Jones' skill set in the ring. This knockout was not intended. It's just something that happens when the best fighter in the world takes on someone who isn't.
There you go, right back. Basket. Oh, wow.
That does it for this video. Which was your favorite entry? Do you want to see more videos like this? Let us know down below. Don't forget to drop a like on the video if, you liked the video. Makes sense, right? Hit the subscribe button and click the bell icon to make sure you never miss an upload. Until next time.